Hi, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And this week has all been about the theme of truth, reality, and choice. So what do I mean by that? Well, the truth, in this case, we're not talking about divine truth. In this case, we're talking about your personal truth, the truth of who you really are. So then it begs the question, well, who are you? Who are we? Who are each of us? And that has to do with perception. And get this, as far as quantum physics is concerned, as far as if you want to talk about the law of attraction, the law of one, spiritual laws, universal laws, whatever you want to name it, our perception creates our reality. Again, there's like quantum physics stuff that you can look into to explain all this, and there's lots of great series by various different mystics and scientists on Gaia TV, so I highly recommend Gaia TV. I don't love every single show they have, but a lot of it is pretty eye-opening, heart-opening as well. So our perceptions create our reality. So there's a story that I'm not really repeating this perfectly, but it really impacted me when I first heard it. And so bear with me because this is not the perfect story. I'm not reading it, but it's just my remembrance of the story, but it really impacted me. And it's all about that perception creates a reality. So a very famous samurai warrior, went up to the hilltop to see what we would call guru, guru. And with great respect and honor, he knelt down and said to the guru, I would like you to explain to me, and I want to understand the difference between heaven and hell. And the guru said, basically, you're unworthy. Why are you even here? Get out of my face. He just was really, really rude to this warrior. Again, I'm paraphrasing. The warrior was like, he's a famous guy. Okay, he's done a lot of amazing things. He could not believe that this guru, who's supposed to be this humble spiritual man, was saying all these things about him, that weren't true, that he was being rude, and he got angry. Okay, this is a warrior, right? He got angry, and he drew out his sword, ready to strike this so-called guru. And the guru said quietly, that is hell. And at that moment, the samurai understood the message. And he cried and the guru said, that's heaven. So, heaven and hell are constructs that come out of our perception of our reality. So if you see the world as being hopeless, being destroyed, going to hell in a handbasket, okay? Or if this happens, then that's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Example, if President Trump gets elected for another term, we're all going to die. It's going to be horrible. Or if Biden gets elected, oh my God, there's the end of whatever, okay? Like that kind of stuff. Is that really the reality you want to create? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just asking, is that the reality you want to create? As this samurai understood, he created the reality of hell for himself based on what he felt should or shouldn't have happened in that moment with the guru. He should have been talked to with respect. He shouldn't have been criticized. He shouldn't have been belittled. He created his own hell. But then when he understood the lesson, he created his own heaven. So let me ask you this. What world do you want to live in? Because what you perceive becomes your reality. I have seen, and I didn't believe this before, But I have seen two people receive the same treatment, whether it be a gift or whatever, okay? And one person will be so grateful and runs with it, whatever that good thing happens, you know? And whether they make money, whether they, have some sort of amazing synchronicity, and they're so grateful. And the other person who got the exact same treatment or gift is in a space of scarcity and lack and blaming. It's not good enough, and there's something wrong with this, and da 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 da, right? And I step back and I'm like, wow, I can totally see that concept of how our perception creates our reality. So we get to that piece of who are we really? Are we meat suits with a consciousness? Is that all we are? We have one life, and when we die, that's it. That's the end of the story. Okay? Doesn't explain a lot of things that happen in our lives, such as, somebody dying and somebody getting a heart transplant, and that heart transplant person having the personality, starting to have the personality of the person, who died in the motorcycle accident and got the heart. Anyway, there's lots of things that do not really explain, that in our lives that aren't easily explainable by, who we really are as meat suits with consciousness and this temporary thing. Okay. So are we a human being that sometimes have spiritual experiences? Maybe some have none. You might counter. Or some of us may have many, okay, which is super awesome. Sometimes not so awesome, because sometimes spiritual growth is very painful and messy. Or are we spiritual beings having a human experience? And this is one of many. That's a perspective. So let's take that last perspective for a moment. So if you were a spiritual being or a consciousness connected to all other consciousnesses, but in order to experience growth, evolution, and experience different perceptions, then there has to be different things that are manifested in your life so you can have those different perspectives or enjoy or play in this playground of different perspectives. And then maybe you evolve your soul to a different level in this lifetime. And then maybe there's another lifetime where you evolve even more. Is it possible that if you did have other lifetimes that maybe you were an evil doer? Many of us probably have been, somebody's probably the reincarnation of Hitler, who is now probably some sort of, I don't know, peacemonger. I don't know if that's a word. Okay. So that's an interesting perspective. So how would that change your perception of reality then? So if this wasn't your only life and you're growing and the universe is giving you contrast, so you can choose what you experience in your reality, whether that be peace, joy, fighting, bigotry, whatever, okay? Free choice is supposed to be a gift for humanity. Then how would that change what you choose now in the future? What serves you? If it serves you to perceive a certain reality in a way that gives you joy, peace, love, then I would say go for it. Because I know that positive morphic field of joy, peace, love is pretty darn powerful. Anybody in your space starts to heal. Whatever's supposed to heal for the highest greatest good starts to heal. We call that the light radius. Right? So if your perspective expands that, oh my gosh, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to me. You know what I mean? All right. But if your current choices of perceptions of reality are ones that cause you stress and strife and division and polarity, and it's uncomfortable, you have difficulty loving or liking. Now, well, you don't have to like everything. Let me rephrase that. If you have difficulty loving everything that is, and some of us will have that at some point in our lives, and maybe multiple times a day, not a big deal, okay? But those of us that are conscious of that go, okay, well, I need to return to love, right? But if you're on a daily basis stressed out about the future, you can't sleep, what's going to happen if this happens or that happens, right? You're not present. Your perceptions of a terrible future, that's your reality. You're putting more energy into that reality. Sorry. And I may or may not be in that reality with you, at least not this version of me. My personal choice does not have to be yours. My personal choice is perceive my reality and future reality as one that does serve me. And that means sometimes changing my mind, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to take what the current evidence, if you will, shows you, and that might change your mind. And I tell people that my beliefs change almost on a daily basis based on new information. And I think that, does that make me a trustworthy person? I don't know. I mean, that's a judgment, right? But I'd rather be with someone, and I personally would trust someone more if they were presented with new information and would go, interesting, never thought of it that way, didn't believe that before, but let me look into it. And maybe they go, no, I still like my belief. Or maybe they go, wow, okay, did not know that piece of information about so-and-so or such and such. Let me investigate that further. And so I personally trust that kind of person more, instead of one that's so stuck in their beliefs of what happened in the past that they bring it forward into the future, right? I like that flexibility of perception. So your perception creates your reality. You have a choice at that point. How do you wish to perceive any particular event, people, person, place, or thing? And that brings us to who you really are. How do you want to perceive who you really are? Are you a consciousness in a human body for a short period of time to experience something really interesting, to experience perspective? Or are you a consciousness temporarily in a meat suit and that's it? One perception is more expanded, one is maybe less expanded. Which one serves you? You alone are there to decide that. So choice, reality, perception, truth. And again, we're not talking about divine truth, we're talking about your truth, your reality, your choice. It's up to you. And like I said, my preference would be that based on my personal experience as of like this moment, up until this moment, is that those choices and perceptions that increase your love, that increase your ability to feel the oneness, if you will, feel that peace and that joy within 24/7 or working its way towards 24/7, I would say, that would be my choice. But again, the choice is yours. I have a preference. I choose what I choose. You can choose whatever you choose. And that's the beauty of being human. So that's this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. A couple of announcements. First of all, if you are watching this on YouTube and you'd like to pop in a comment, what has resonated for you or not in this video, feel free to do that below. Also, subscribe to my YouTube video. If this resonates with you, subscribe to my YouTube video. That'd be super cool. And some announcements for this week. We have been very, very interested in getting our next guest for the Light Warrior Radio Show, and she's a little hard to pin down because the Superhuman film has been launched, and we've been trying to get Caroline Corey on the radio show for quite some time, and I think it's going to happen Monday. So super excited. Caroline is an amazing person, starseed, and healer and filmmaker, and her Superhuman film is absolutely amazing, must see for everyone in the consciousness path, and it really complements well my upcoming book that hopefully will be released late this year called Sensitivity is Your Superpower. So this is all about your superhuman powers that you already have inside you. It's just a matter of knowing that it's there and then to be able to utilize it, train it, hone it, harness it. So definitely join me Monday at 12 noon Eastern for the Light Warrior Radio Show, where I'll be interviewing Caroline Corey, the creator of the film Superhuman Film. So second announcement is that I will be holding a masterclass on Tuesday, August 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern on the phototherapy patches that help to stimulate and activate your body's stem cells, those that can go ahead and repair your body. So we're going to be contrasting, what is currently out there in terms of the stem cell treatment market, why it's so exciting for people, people are spending tens of thousands of dollars getting stem cells. And then what's the phototherapy advantage of doing it at home, much cheaper and much safer in many ways? And what are the advantages? So I'm going to be talking about several stories, results that we've gotten in the last year or so. So I hope you join me for that X39 masterclass on the phototherapy patches that activate your stem cells. And the link I will put near this video that you can join for free in that masterclass. There is a limited time replay. I believe it's only a week, but definitely if you put it in your registration, then you will be sent the replay automatically. Okay, so I know because people will ask me about, do I get a replay? Do I get a replay? Because for some folks, it's like, 3 in the morning or something. Anyway, and then the third announcement is one I mentioned last week, is that the Evolutionary Healer Summit is happening the following week from the 1st to the 9th. And then our Evolutionary Healer book launch is going to be September 10th. And we're actually going to have Q&A. I think it's like 3 hours Q&A for all of you for free. So yeah, so it's going to be super, super exciting. So if you have not registered for the Evolutionary Healer Summit, please do. Each healer was asked to give 3 gifts each. Okay, and there's 18 of us, so that's a heck of a lot of healing gifts. You're going to get free mini healings, all sorts of wonderful things from all the healers and my colleagues, and I'm super excited about this book. Absolutely love the cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. I could look at it all day. And if you can't make the whole summit, because I know a couple of talks a day is a lot, or healing sessions is a lot to do, really consider getting the all access pass. Because it's like half price, I think, something ridiculous like that. I mean, half price before the summit starts. So if you get it now, then you'll get all the recordings, and all the healings, that you can download. So I highly recommend that if you can't make each of those days to watch and experience the healings yourself. So very, very exciting weeks coming up, and I hope to connect with you more. Until next time, lots of love, and bye for now.